That's the prayer room in there, look. How we doing, fellas? Nice hotel, yeah?
Drug dealing clearly going on, men turning up with knives, very, very threatening behaviour for in a street where, you know, you have normal, decent families.
Breaking right now, the woman who has replaced Rupert Lowe as Reform UK's 5th MP, Sarah Pochin, has given her first interview to, surprise, surprise, GB News, which is now, I think we can all agree, a Nigel Farage propaganda channel. But she did raise a very fair point in regards to the migrant hotels up and down this country. Watch.
Now, Sarah, the Labour Party would deny that there's specifically an issue about women's safety due to asylum seekers in the area. Is there any proof of that? Or were you hearing stories of this on the campaign trail? How do you come to that conclusion?
Absolutely. So people would come into the office, women, telling me that they felt unsafe walking around their streets, felt that they couldn't let their children out to play, particularly daughters. Stories of illegal immigrants filming children, really horrific stuff. And also, I saw CCTV that had been taken to the police, but nevertheless, CCTV was shown to us of gangs at night in these houses of multiple occupancy, so private landlord accommodation that illegal immigrants are living in, drug dealing clearly going on, men turning up with knives, very, very threatening behaviour for in a street where, you know, you have normal, decent families.
And I thought that was a very good answer from Sarah Pochin, because of course there's evidence of this. We know there is evidence of this anywhere near these migrant hotels. And we know there is a great cover-up going on about what is actually going on inside these migrant hotels. Well, I Am British Real has obtained footage inside a migrant hotel. They write, this is a Marriott hotel in the UK, 180 bedrooms packed, prayer room, games, all bills and meals paid for by taxpayer. It is the biggest scandal and disgrace of our lifetimes. We have been robbed blind. So before I get analysis from today's superstar panel, Ben Habib, chairman of the Great British PAC, and Father Calvin Robinson, let's have a look at this rare footage inside a migrant hotel that the Labour government doesn't want you to see.
That's the prayer room in there, look. How we doing, fellas? Nice hotel, yeah? What's happening? What's happening?
I'm not
good. So we're back inside the Delta Marriott, former Hilton. 180 bedroom. How are you? Is it nice here? Yeah? Who knows? How are you? Yeah. How are we in here is what I'm going to ask you. How are we in here?
Can we go outside for a second,
of course,
please?
of course.
Can we go outside for a second? We can talk about that,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, all right, don't push your party.
No, please, just
Yeah, we've already explored the building. Serco office, get that bit. How are we, fellas? Connect 4. Can we have a quick Connect 4? All good? Is it nice here?
Nothing's wrong with it. Come with me, we are good. Yeah.
It's busy in here, man. It's too hot out there. Get the aircon on.
You know this. Alright, you NHS, you know the QR, the NHS, we just tested. Alright, I don't know about that. Who's next?
What's happening? What's happening? We're in the Delta Marriott for the second time. Do you want a refreshment, anyone? Does anyone want a drink?
I managed to walk...
Kurdish?
Yeah. Can we talk outside?
Yeah,
please?
no problem. We're not
Please.
causing a problem there.
Please, brother.
We were just seeing if we
I'm
can
not
get
panicking.
I know,
I'm not panicking.
Mate,
I'm
let's
just
see if we can get a
requesting.
little water or something.
I'm just
Outside, give me
please.
water and I'll go.
I can give you anything, but please outside.
Let me go and get a water.
No, please.
from here.
I'm requesting you to move away from the side
no
because it's
problem.
getting. You are causing me problems.
I'm not causing you any problems.
I'm just requesting politely. You need to go outside. You are trespassing. Technically.
I know.
You are not allowed on the side. You know.
I know, but we're going. We're just waiting for him. You can see we're not going in the hotel. We're going out.
You need to cooperate.
Ben Habib, this makes the blood boil. It really makes the blood boil. No wonder they don't want us to see inside. That is so obviously a luxury hotel, no longer used for tourists, used for illegal migrants, all young men, you'll notice there, living the life of Riley, having their food paid for, living in a beautiful hotel, playing games, and unfortunately, and some people won't want to hear this, Ben, some of those people also plotting terror attacks, plotting rapes against young British women. This is so wrong.
The whole thing is abominable to behold. A British hotel taken over wholesale for the housing of people who have broken into this country and are criminals by definition because of the way they entered the country. Absolutely wretched. We spend 50, 60,000 pounds per head per annum on each of these individuals. In France, they have 5,000 pounds per head per annum spent on them. They're kept in tents at best, and they are denied all the benefits that we give them. So why, of course, there's no reason to ask this question because we know the answer, but why do they cross the channel? It's to come and take advantage of British largesse. A complete failure of the nation state to protect civil society in the United Kingdom, to protect British citizens, to promote the interests of British citizens, and instead to protect, promote, and house, feed, provide medical assistance for, protect in every single sense these people who are effectively criminals. And you're not even allowed as reporters to go into the hotel to find out what's going on. They don't want it because they don't want people like you and me and Calvin discussing it, revealing it to the world. This is an abomination. It is a complete rejection of the obligations our government has to the British people. So much for smashing the gangs. This is actually the gangs in the United Kingdom. People say to me, Ben, you've got to take a civilized approach to this. Well, it is entirely uncivilized, I would say, to allow people about whom we know nothing into the country, bring them into the bosom of British society and give them the opportunity to assault civilized British society, to set aside our civilization. How the hell can our approach and our government's approach be regarded in any way as civil? It's not. This is an assault on the British people, and it needs to be called out for what it is.
But first, we've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance. Some can even be harmful to your skin, he said. Now recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? Well, so that he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. It's almost like Photoshop for your face. You may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view, Lake told reporters. His personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method because it can take years or even decades off your appearance in under 2 minutes. So in light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has released a step-by-step video to the public. It is free, it is uninterrupted, where he outlines exactly how to use this simple solution from home. And he says if this helps even one person look younger or feel more confident, he will be thrilled knowing he helped. The video has gone viral. It was shared by users on Facebook first. Since then, it's racked up over 2.3 million views and counting. And the comments and feedback have been outstanding, with thousands of women reporting they look decades younger. One viewer even commented, "Best results of anything I've used. I can't believe how well this works. I'll never stop using this. I don't understand how it works, but the results are great. Thank you." So you can find out more about this yourself right now. Go to bhmd1.com/outspoken or click on the link in the description box below. That's bhmd1.com/outspoken. But there is one thing Dr. Lake asks from his viewers. If watching this video helps you look and feel younger than you have in years, then please share this video with your friends and loved ones. Together we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. So go watch the video at bhmd1.com/outspoken right now, or just click on the link in the description box below. But now, back to the show. Father Calvin Robinson, it is absolutely wrong on every level, isn't it? And the shocking thing is that it's not just hotels up and down the country now. We know Operation Scatter means these young men are coming to a town near you, even if you don't know it.
And so the people saying things like we need a civilized approach tend to be liberals, and it's a false sense of compassion because, of course, we all want to help people, but this isn't helping anyone. So the countries that these young fighting age men come from are not being helped by us taking all their fighting age men, right? So no one's there to build their nations. It's the old adage of you teach a man to, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, you teach a man to fish, he can feed himself for a lifetime. We should be helping these countries help themselves. What we don't do is take all their good fighting age men to our country, unvetted, undocumented, and just expect them to integrate into our society. So it's not helping them, it's not helping us. And of course, this is happening all over the country, up and down the country, in places that people have had no say in it. If you've got a small town or in the coastal region and there's a big hotel that's been taken over by these illegal immigrant centers, that's going to have a disruption. It's going to disrupt your way of life. It's going to disrupt the local services and resources in your area. People should have a democratic say on if they want their city or their town or their coastal region to become a hotbed for illegal immigration. And if they don't, then the government needs to find another approach, another way of dealing with this. Having open borders helps nobody. It's suicidal empathy. You know, the Christian tenet of love God and love your neighbor means that first and foremost, we love our God, but to love our neighbor, we have to have a neighbor. Remove our borders, we don't have a self, therefore we don't have another. Therefore, who do we love? It's clueless. It doesn't make any logical sense.
And on that note, I want to ask you, Ben Habib. I mean, I'm just looking at this from GB Politics. So Pakistanis plan to protest outside the Indian embassy today following the India revenge attack. We saw scenes, I believe, in Manchester last night. As someone with Pakistani origin, Ben Habib, do you worry that what's going on between India and Pakistan and this potential warfare could end up being imported onto the streets of the United Kingdom?
It'll certainly be imported onto the streets of the United Kingdom. And this is the point about failed multiculturalism. These people who come here and continue to identify themselves as either Indian or Pakistani, are not identifying as being British, because if they did, they wouldn't be facing up against each other. And you might recall in Leeds a couple of years ago when there was a cricket match between Pakistan and India, England weren't even playing. There were riots between the Indian community and the Pakistani community in Leeds. And that was just a cricket match. So you can imagine what's going to happen if they have kin who are killed in Pakistan and India if this kicks off in a serious way between the two countries. And I know tensions are very, very high. These are two nuclear-armed countries, but we do not want this playing out on the streets of the United Kingdom. And it evidences, yet again, if more evidence was needed, that this experiment of mass immigration, multiculturalism, this protected blanket to which I referred in terms of illegal migrants, but also in terms of any other cultures coming to the United Kingdom, the encouragement these foreign cultures are given to continue to practice their culture in our country and to be protected and promoted in their desire to do it is deeply damaging to the fabric of British society. By the way, society means having a unified homogeneous culture. A nation state, the definition of a nation state includes having homogeneous culture. And what we've done is set that aside. So we are no longer a settled nation of people who regard themselves as British and would stand and die for the United Kingdom. We now have people here who would stand and die for other countries on the streets of the United Kingdom. And of course, we first saw that with the Palestinian march, the anti-Israeli, pro-Palestinian Hamas marches. And now we're seeing it with Pakistan and India. No doubt there'll be other examples that we'll be able to point to in the future when something foreign happens. We see it playing out on our streets. We've got to cut back this mass immigration. We've got to integrate people who are in this country, and they've got to understand that they are now British and that they must ascribe to British culture, British values, British history, British system. Everything has got to be British. And if they don't like it, well, then go back to Pakistan or India or wherever it is you came from, if that's the culture and country you prefer.
Father Calvin Robinson, how do you feel about the risk of this very worrying clash between India and Pakistan, which has already seen dozens killed, spilling out onto the streets of the United Kingdom?
A couple of years ago with the clash between the Hindus and the Mohammedans up in the Midlands. It's foreign wars, foreign interests that genuinely have no interest in what's going on in Pakistan or in India, but I don't want it spilling onto the streets of the United Kingdom. And when vast swathes of our major cities are the British people being replaced by Indian people and Pakistani people, well, of course this war is going to interrupt our way of life too. I can't see any way around it other than to say, look, this is Britain. We have British values, Christian values. If you are going to live here, you integrate and take on board those values, or like Ben says, go home, go somewhere else. Like, people aren't obliged to be here. We don't want foreign wars in our land. We've had too many of them over the last few years.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go wherever you are.